I know you are asking how this man started. From a humble family in Gitiria village in Limuru, village life was all he knew for the better part of his youthful age. As a tout, then a shamba boy, Paul had to try by all means to earn a decent living.
I was born in a small village in a place called Uplands, near Limuru, and a cold place. And I remember we had so many challenges growing up, just like any other average family in the village. Like I remember I went to school without shoes for my entire primary school. I think it was also fashionable. Most kids didn't have shoes. So at times even when you had shoes, you had to go to school without shoes to be in uniform. It was like uniform. So grew up there in the village and also went to high school still in in the village. I had to do some farming to make a living. In the village, I had to do some matatu business. We had a small matatu, and I was running the matatu as a manager, as the makanga, and doing all that. But now at one point I was fed up with the village life, and I decided, I need to escape from the village and look for greener pastures in the city.
Fate led him to the city, and without knowing exactly what to do, he was introduced to a food and beverage production course by his cousin.
My cousin had gone for a food and beverage course. And I just thought, okay, because he got a job so easily, let me do the same course. It was a short course. It was not very expensive. At least we could struggle and afford that. So I did that, not because it was my passion, but because my cousin had gone through that and I didn't know what I wanted in life at that point. So did the food and beverage, got a job in a restaurant and worked there for some years. Working as a waiter was fun. Like I told you, I had come straight from the village. So in our class, our first lesson was to be taught how to eat, how to use fork and knife. Because you might go to some hotels where the clients may not know how to use fork and knife and you're supposed to show them. So it was a lot of fun.
Again, he met a friend who introduced him into photography, which he did wholeheartedly.
I met a friend of mine when I was looking for a job called Juguna. And Juguna was like, why don't you come, we try photography for the time being. And because at that point I was looking for a job, I didn't have an option. I didn't have much choice. As much as I didn't think photography is my thing at that point, I joined him and we started doing photography, then video. Then I just learned the art of media slowly by slowly until now time came to start my own company.
After 4 years of learning photography, he was doing well and was ready to start his own company. Paul admits he never had any capital, but God saw through.
When we started, I didn't have any capital to start Princecam Media. And I would say the only capital, I think it's wrong to say I didn't have any capital, because people take capital as money. So I would say I had capital, but not in terms of money. And the capital I had was the knowledge that I had gathered throughout as I was working for the person who trained me, Juguna. I was learning, and the knowledge I had with me, I would say that was my capital. Because now people came looking for me when they saw the work we had done before. And they asked me to do a job for them. And I asked them for a deposit, even when I knew I didn't have any office.
Buying his first computer was just a miracle on its own. Today, directing video shooting the best way he knows how, ensuring all is well from lighting to camera work is his passion.
I went all the way to Dubai to buy it because I needed a very good computer and I couldn't get the right specs in Kenya. So I dared and traveled all the way to Dubai to buy my first computer that I used for about 6 years. Yeah, I still have it today, although now I think it's in a museum in our Princecam museum. But it was so much fun, going and buying those accessories in Dubai and coming, and it worked very well. Yeah, it was so fulfilling.
God is always faithful to those who wait upon him and cannot help make them look indeed beautiful than a flower. Paul attributes all his achievements to God.
When I look back at my life, it feels divine. It feels, I can't help but to say, this is God at work. Because so many of the things I do today, even media, I didn't know I'll ever be in this industry. So I see the dots connecting, and I can see God in it. I can't help but to see the divine direction in everything that I've walked in. I think I'm a transformer. I think I just want to see better people. And that's our vision, even as Princecam Media, is to transform the society and to nurture talent.
What advice would you give to other young people in the society?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, because there's always this question of what is my career, what should I do, what am I strong in, what is my career, should I stop this and do this? And I have one word for the young people out there, that, and this is a word actually in the Bible, that whatsoever your hands findeth to do, do it with all your might. Do it with excellence. Do it like there is nothing else. So as much as you may get to your area and know this is my field, at times you might not be in your field, but if you do it with all your might, it can lead you to your field. Because it's not easy sometimes to get to know what you're good at. It's just to work hard. There is no substitute to working hard. Okay. Oh. Oh, I thought it's freestyle dance,